Okay, so there's only a couple sections in this setup that get a little complicated. The first was making sure that you had your cost of goods sold category set up, your direct operating expenses set up, but now that we're through that, labor. Now, what separates Bacon from other software tools out there is that we're going to be able to predictively get you a daily labor cost, which will help you get weekly labor costs and monthly without worrying about complex amortizations and periods not lining up. But in order to do that, we have to do some guesstimating. Now, the better data you put into Bacon, the better Bacon can guesstimate your labor costs daily. So the first thing is easy. We have to know how you pay. Do you pay weekly? Do you pay bi-weekly, which is 26 periods a year? Do you pay bi-monthly, which is every 2 weeks? Most restaurants pay bi-weekly. Then this is where it gets complicated. Now, it's simple when you look at it, but getting the data can be a little complicated. There's three things that add to your actual payroll expenses and labor costs. Those are going to be your taxes, benefits, and insurance, or also known as employer contributions. Some of those employer contributions are fixed and some of them are variable. Some of them, like payroll processing for you, might be fixed. You might pay $150 per pay cycle or $250 per pay cycle to process payroll. If that's the case, then you would enter that here and then select period. Workman's comp insurance might be fixed, but it might not be. Your workman's comp insurance might be a percentage of payroll. And then there's a spot for other. Now, when it comes to percentages, these are things that vary. The more your employees work, the more they get paid, the more your expenses go up. Things like Medicare, Social Security, FUTA, state, the state 940 fees, payroll processing fees, which can be found on either side. You don't necessarily have to do both. And then workman's comp insurance, can be found on either side. You don't necessarily have to do both. Now, every year you get a statement, usually from your government of some sort, either state or federal, that will tell you your rates in all of these categories. But chances are, just call your payroll processor and tell them that you've got some new software and you need to estimate your total labor expenses on a daily basis, and you need to know what your Medicare rate is, your Social Security rate, etc. It might be best to take a screenshot of this page and send it to them, but trust me, this will take you a few minutes to get the data that you need, but if you go through the effort to do this right, we will very, very accurately let you know exactly what your labor cost is well before you actually process payroll.